Now you should be able to hear something because it's on now. Finally, and it didn't take me 7 hours. All right, all right, all right. This is Joy DaMauro. How about I say from Free is the Black Experience, but we all know that to be false. We took a little new rebranding. This is now retired pimping, and I'm your host, Joy DaMauro. And somewhere in my household is my wife, Mrs. DaMauro. But this ain't about her. This is about us. You dig? It's a lot of topics that I want to talk about, man. A lot of people ask me, what made you want to start a podcast? And if you've been following me for a while and do it on your own, I'm gonna explain to you why. Because you can't depend on niggas. That's why. That's why. That's why I started it. Now, realistically, I started this podcast because since me and my wife got engaged, and especially since we got married, a lot of people come and ask us questions like, and it's not like we've been married for a long period of time. We haven't been married for 20, 30 years and all those things. We've been married for how long, babe? She counting. Hold on, stand by. 4 months. 4 months we thugging and bugging, but hey, it's been the best 4 months of my life, and I've really been appreciating the experience that I have with my wife because we really put the work in to make sure our marriage flow by well. And I feel as if the things that we're gonna talk about today, if you work on those things today, I can guarantee you, sir or ma'am, your relationship may be prosperous. And maybe you're not ready for marriage. Maybe, maybe you're not ready yet. And that's okay if you're not ready because the best thing is to know that you're not ready yet and get ready rather than act like you're ready and you ain't ready. So we gonna run it off like this, babe. What's the first topic? Cause I ain't got nothing to write down with. Hold on. She gonna be my assistant. She don't even know it. The first topic is how to not get stagnant in a relationship. And I ain't even got my wedding ring on tripping. But hold on. All right, all right, all right. I am fully equipped with the attire. But realistically, man, if you this first topic is how to not get stagnant in a relationship. And I'm gonna speak for men first because it's very easy for a man to get stagnant in a relationship. I bet you like, Joy, what that mean? What you mean stagnant? I ain't never stagnant. Stagnant can mean a multitude of things within a relationship. It could mean stagnant finance wise, stagnant love wise, stagnant sex wise, all type of ways you could be stagnant. I'm gonna tell you all those things are wrong. I had a friend whose girl particularly made more money than him. I know a lot of fellas don't like when their girl make more money than them, and that's okay because if my girl make more money than me, when she does make more money than me. It doesn't offend me, you know. It don't make me feel any less of a man. At least she doesn't make me feel any less of a man. But at the same time, I use that as a motivator. It motivates me. It makes me want to get out of bed, go get to this money because my wife is out there getting to this money. But a lot of y'all get upset. But we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. I promise you. To not remain stagnant, fellas, you got to understand what motivates you. What makes you get out of bed? What makes you lace them boots up and say, I gotta go get it? Your wife, your kids, yourself? I'm hoping it's yourself. Like, yes, my wife particularly is one of my motivators to get out of bed and make sure things happen. But I gotta get out of the bed myself and want to do it myself. A lot of fellas, man, we get so used to something like my girl. Say your girl is one of them women that's just like, look, babe, I understand. Shit out here hard. Pause. But I'm gonna make sure shit shake around here, and I'm gonna make sure everything good. So a lot of y'all have this issue of saying, "All right, shoot, my girl got it. I'm gonna stay at home and play Xbox or PlayStation all day." My daddy used to say, God rest his soul, he used to say, it's hard to be in love with the lights off. What that mean? What that mean, Joey? What that mean? It's hard to be in love with the lights off. I'm gonna explain it. It's hard to be in love with the lights off because when them lights off, man, them bills back to back, and you look over at your partner, and it look like they just enjoying life and getting all the newest games. You going on trips with the homies. You in the club popping bottles. And you know bills due. And the only one that's worried about it is your lady. You're wrong. Wrong. You gotta get your shit together, pimping. This retired pimping, man. I done lived it. And I ain't telling you some shit from where I ain't lived. I lived it. I lived it, man. I lived it. I lived it. I lived it. Don't laugh at me. Because I lived it. You feel me? So me personally, what motivated me? One, I'm a self-motivated person. So when it comes to me, it's like I want particular things for myself. And that's what you need to have for yourself. Because if you get in the mode of thinking like, I got my glasses glaring. If you get in the mode of thinking like, oh, my girl gonna take care of it. She got it. Eventually, she gonna be like, what she need you for? All you providing is peanuts. That's it. And a lot of men, when you probably hear that, you probably thinking like, oh, you want me to pay all the bills, da 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 da. Ideally, but we understand bills be billing. You know, you need a little help. You might need a little assistance. You know? Show your girl that you willing to get out there and do whatever it takes to make sure shit shake. If she's willing to meet you halfway, you got the right one, trust me. I remember one time, my wife would tell you, this is when we first started living together. And I was in barber school. So I was in school full time. So I wasn't necessarily working like I needed to, you know, to pay bills on my own. She called me, she said, babe, such and such dude, we got to get X amount of money. In my head, I'm like, I got to make this shit shake. So I'm like, should I sell my camera equipment? She said, whoa, we don't need it that bad. You ain't got to sell your camera equipment. Like, I'm just letting you know it's due. I'm like, hey, when you come to me as your man and you tell me this is due and this is needed, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure you get it. You get it? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us men don't get that, bro. What motivates you? What makes you stand up? What makes you lace your boots up and make you want to fight every day? Because it got to be more than just her. It got to be more than just her. Because when y'all going through bad times, you don't be in the house moping. I don't feel like going to work. Nigga, man. Everybody want a good woman, but it's hard to maintain one. Everybody want one, but nobody want to fight for one. Say it again for y'all in the bike. Everybody want a down chick, but nobody want to fight for her. Fighting for it don't mean politicking. It don't mean belittling yourself, because if you with the right woman, she's not going to belittle you, regardless of what amount of money you make, as long as you putting something towards the table. You feel me? She going to treat you accordingly. And that's one thing I appreciate to my wife. Give her applause. Hopefully y'all can hear that, because I don't know if you can hear the sound. It's real important not to get stagnant. And women, you can get stagnant too. I'm going to tell you how you get stagnant. I'm going to tell you. My wife is not stagnant, but, you know, she have her moments. One of the things that she got me so used to was, if I wanted, like, babe, can you give me some juice? Yeah, I get the juice. Babe, can you give me this? Yeah, I get it. baby, can you? Yeah. Then I know what you. That shit just start getting on her nerves. I'm like, whoa. Hold on. What happened? Why you being weird to me? Why you being weird to me? Because you got me used to this. Please get me a cup of juice. I'm thirsty. And that's and a lot of times women, you will get stagnant. You get so used to. Say you do got a man that take care of everything, right? A lot of women think when it comes to men taking care of everything, they think, oh, the only thing I need to bring to the table is myself. I seen a post on Facebook, and a lady said, why do men get upset when you say you don't want to date a broke dude? And I said, because we don't get upset when y'all broke. Ain't too many men gonna go around and say, oh, she broke, I ain't gonna fuck with her. It's not, it's some niggas out there doing it, but it ain't too many that's gonna do it. A lot of us is willing to date a broke chick, as long as she fine, and she cool, and she do other stuff. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna talk about the stuff she do, but as long as she do other stuff, you feel me? But it just bothered me because, man, women, you just don't understand how much you could make a man move just by telling him you proud of him, or you telling him that like you got it. A lot of times it's hard. Men suffer through depression. We lose confidence. We don't know if we could do something. There's been times I don't know necessarily if I could do it. I'm not as confident in my abilities to do a certain task. And my wife would tell me like, nah, baby, you got it. You can do this. You can do it. I support you. And that's important to me. Because regardless of what the outside world may perceive to me, as long as my wife perceived that I could do it, I really feel like I could do it. She tell me like, hey, yo, Joey could go to the moon, cuz. You gonna see me out there with a spacesuit on, trying to get to the moon. Because she believes in me. And I thank her every day for that. Because, you know, sometimes you get so caught up in your past life experiences, especially if you haven't addressed some of the things and traumas that you went through. And we're going to touch on that a little bit later. If you don't address some of the traumas that you went through, you're going to manifest those things within your relationship. A lot of niggas get stagnant. Don't get stagnant. Always try to elevate yourself in how you love, your work ethic. Ain't only work ethic, how you love. Don't be hitting her with the same tricks. You feel me? Oh, you been treating her. Y'all been together since y'all 17. You been treating her the same way since y'all was 17. As your partner grows within this relationship, you need to grow with her too. And your way you show love needs to grow with the person. The longer y'all together, the more you need to show that you have grown with how you love. How I love my wife now is not how the same how I loved her in the beginning. Amen? Amen. Because you know the church right there. You have to grow with how you learn. You always, it has to be a constant effort. A lady, God rest her soul, told me one time, she said, love is a responsibility. Meaning that I take my wife's love and I take making her happy a responsibility. You get what I'm saying? And okay. How she wants to be loved and her happiness is a priority to me. Every day I think about a way to make her happy, a way to make her smile, a way to help her in some type of way. That's a priority to me. That keeps me from being stagnant. That keeps me from being like, she all right. She good. She ain't said nothing. A lot of be like, she ain't said nothing, because a lot of times women expect us to read their minds, and that's feasibly impossible. You can't read your mind. So tell me how it is. You dig? We ain't gonna stay on stagnant. Babe, what's the next topic? How to keep your partner motivated. This nigga reading it wrong. The importance of motivating your partner. Now that's right along with not staying stagnant because I hurt my knee not too long ago, so pardon me. Not too long ago, I was talking to a friend, and she said her and her dude going through it. She said she doesn't feel like she needs to tell him something when he's not doing, and when he's like giving subpar effort. Man, you love, and we back 3.90. It's all different, and you feel like you don't need to convey what your expectation is. One that should have been something you convey when you first start dating, and so need an update. Just like you get terms and conditions on these iPhones and tablets and all that, they update their terms and conditions. You need to update your terms and conditions as time go by, because what you wanted in the beginning may change what you want now. In the beginning, you were cool with him not having a job. He's an artist. He's trying. He's giving effort. I promise. Now it's 5 years later, you've been mad at this man for 4 years. Because you ain't had a conversation with him that your expectations have now changed. You expect X, Y, Z from him. And men get stagnant thinking like, oh, she ain't said nothing to me, so everything must be good. So ladies, I'm going to tell you now as a man, I've been a man for a long time. And I'm only 32 and a half. I've been a man for over 10 years, at least. At least over 10 years. About 18 years. Wait. Is it 18? I think. We can't read y'all mind. We be so oblivious. Ladies, tell true shame devil. You ever been talking to a man, your man, any man you talking to, whatever, and you telling him how you feel, you think like this man, he has to know. He see me every day. He has to know. And then you talk to him and he be like, I didn't even know. I didn't even know you feeling like that. Because we are oblivious. You can't read your mind. A lot of us get real stagnant. So the importance of motivating your man, because ladies, you don't understand, you can make a man move mountains by your words. If the man is right for you, and he loves you, and willing to do, oh, now you work? And willing to do, and he's willing to do anything to oblige you. If you came to that man and said, babe, when we first got together, I was cool with you not having a job and everything, or you not taking care of X, Y, Z. But it's hard out here, and I really need your help. You feel me? If he doesn't do what he need to do, then to try to make sure you okay, then now you know what type of man you're dealing with. You either going to do one or two things. You're going to leave him alone, or you're going to keep dealing with it. Hope you leave bro alone, because he just showed you he ain't willing to do nothing for you. But to go around thinking like, he don't know. He knows. He don't care. Assuming. Don't assume anything, because as soon as you assume something, it's the first three letters in assume. You're an ass. You're going to make an ass of yourself. It is highly important to motivate your partner in the same way for men. It's the same way for men. You have to motivate your lady, bro. And you gotta, don't just go off rash like, say your girl gained a little weight. She need to lose a little weight. You don't need to go, hey man, get your big ass in the gym. No. Let her know, baby, it's very important that I have you for as long as I can have you. So I'm asking you, even if I gotta go with you, let's work out, let's eat better, so we can live better. Because I do not want to be in a club at 45 years old trying to get new bitches. That's not me. I want to be with you. I want to be with you until we old and gray and we dead. It's all about how you say stuff. So which one sound better to you? Get your big ass up and go to the gym. Or what I said earlier. I'm telling you. And that's the importance of motivating. Because you think, I don't need to say nothing to them. They should know. You gonna have that ideology in your head, and eventually you're gonna go and look for that what you're looking for somewhere else. Someone else may provide what you need, but do they? You need somebody to help you with the bills. You might find a man that pays all the bills, but he also slap you across your head. Like that could that could be a reality. So what you gonna do? Be with a man that's willing to correct himself and fix himself at a moment's notice. I'm willing to do anything my wife asks me, as long as it's not crazy or homosexual. You know, I'm willing to do it. If she feel like she needs help somewhere, I'm gonna do it. I might bitch about it, depending on what it is, but I'm gonna do it. My wife used to complain that I didn't help clean up as much around the house. That shit used to kind of get on my nerves because I did, but I ain't doing as much as she needed me to do it. So you know what I did after I was done complaining? Start cleaning up a little bit more around here. Start doing a little bit more. You know, it shows effort. It shows her that like, you know, like he's listening to what I have to say, and that's imperative. Listening to your partner. What's next, babe? The importance of premarital counseling. Cause I hear a lot of y'all talking about y'all engaged and getting married. We been getting married. We been getting married. And you tell them to go to premarital counseling. No, we know each other. Like, we've been together since like 7th grade. Like, but you don't know that this nigga afraid of the dog. You don't know none of his traumas. You don't know nothing about him. You been with him all this time, didn't know this man ain't want kids. Until you ready to have kids. Me and my wife, unfortunately, I've been married before. And it didn't work. Thank God. Because I would never met my wife now. But when it got to the point that I wanted to ask her to marry me, I asked her to marry me June of 2021. I asked her to marry me. And we were going, and once the high of getting engaged and, everybody's so happy and all this other stuff, we had to start sitting down because we started arguing. We ain't never really argued like that. I'm like, we gotta go to couples counseling. So we go to premarital counseling, and then that's the time where we use, because after the altar ain't the time to try to figure it out. Try to figure out before you get to the altar. Because once you get to the altar, that's supposed to be it. This is your person you said you love. You feel me? So figure it the fuck out. You feel me? Unless it's one of them little non-negotiables that our counselor said, if it's one of them things you just can't deal with, let them know in premarital counseling. These are the things, if it's 4, 5, I only had 5 things. She only had like 5 things. Typical shit. No lying, no cheating, no abuse, none of that, all that shit. And that's how I move throughout our relationship when I'm upset. Because a lot of us get upset, but like, I can't do this shit no more. Is it one of your non-negotiables? If it ain't, you can figure it out. Y'all can work through it. And so we was engaged for a year. We spent 11 months, 10 months in premarital counseling, figuring each other out. That's why people say, y'all just get along. Y'all just so cute together. But it's real cute because like it's the same shit you see in public is the same shit that goes on at home unless we arguing. You know what I'm saying? And then because my wife is extremely
How many extremely?
One more. Extremely opinionated. She's very opinionated. She's a small expert in everything. I'll be like, hey, have you ever did this before? She's like, no. Then shut up. I don't say shut up. I used to. I had to stop because she didn't like that. We're going to talk about triggers later. You know? Like, you don't know. So why you saying something? So, like, we used to argue because I'm like, I'm a very about a facts person. I'm very facts. Did you say it? Did you mean it? Who said it? I'm going by you. And we used to argue. And then once you start to learn how to communicate with each other, which how we did in premarital counseling, because sometimes women don't be knowing they the problem too. They go their whole lives not knowing the shit they be doing is toxic. because it's real easy to say it's his fault. He ain't do right. Most of the time that is the case. Most of the time that is the case that he ain't doing right, but sometimes young ladies and old ladies and new ladies, sometimes you are the problem. The way you communicate. Sometimes the way you communicate can be so toxic. It's not about your message. A lot of times women get caught up in the message. Like, this is what I meant, but that is not what you said. You wanted me to find a better job so I can help you with the bills around the house more efficiently. But what you said out your mouth was, I'm sick and tired of dealing with broke ass niggas. And I need a nigga that's gonna take care of me. They go be with that nigga. That's what I'm gonna say. And then the problem ain't gonna never be corrected. Now you went from my teammate to my adversary, and that's so quick. That's so easy for someone to do. Your wife, your girlfriend, your whatever, it's supposed to be your teammate, not your adversary, and it's easy to turn into an adversary based on how you talk. Now I know ladies, you've been on us at least 3 minutes. Fellas, it's you too. It's the same for you. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. And that's what we learn in premarital counseling. We learn how to communicate with each other when you upset. I know that's one of the topics, ain't it, babe? That's the next one. We're going to roll it on in. First episode. The next topic is how to communicate with your partner when you're upset. How do you talk to her? How do you talk to her when you upset? I realized that I can't just talk to my wife like I would some random chick on the street. Or some random person on the street talk. But the way I talk to my wife when I'm upset is very strategic. I have purpose in my words. And if I am too upset, it's been times where I got a little anger problem. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna say anger. I got an attitude problem. Ain't no preacher. I got a little attitude problem. I ain't necessarily like out here full raging it up with her, you know what I'm saying? But I do got a little attitude. I'm one of them niggas. Alright. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody always got me fucked up at least once a day. And the first person to always have me fucked up in a day is my wife. At least once. At least once. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that when I'm speaking to her, if I start talking to her too aggressive, she gonna tone everything I said out and only focus on the mean shit I said. So now if I want her to receive what I am saying, I need to change how I speak to her. Because I can't just be cold-heartedly going off on her like some chick on the street, because some chick on the street, I might call you all type of names. I am going to talk about you. Sorry, this is what it is. If you ain't my wife, I'm going to talk about you. You know? It's important to communicate with your spouse how they need to be communicated with. Cussing, going on, all that, disrespect. I seen people talking about on social media now what Shaq said. Shaq said, don't never open up to a woman because she's gonna throw it in your face. Excuse me. And within my experience, I haven't been a man. I've been a man a long time, but I ain't been as long as Shaq. But I can tell you, I have been in situations where I confided something to a female, and when she got upset, she threw it in my face. That's why you dealing with this, nigga. That's why you got mama issues, nigga. You know, I'm pretty sure men do it too. I've done it before in my life. I ain't proud of it. You know what I'm saying? It's important to communicate properly. Sometimes we can get so caught up in our own personal emotions and we completely disregard how a partner may feel. You just want to tell her how you feel. Now you hurt her. Or she's not receiving what you saying. She done toned you out as soon as you said, bitch! As soon as she hear, bitch, she done tune you out. She may be there, but her mind ain't there. And guess what? Once you trigger her in a sense, or put her in a space where she needs to defend herself, she is no longer receiving what you're saying. You are basically talking to the wall, and your problem will continue to exist. That same problem you have with her will continue to exist. You be like, I just told you 3 weeks ago. She be like, no, you didn't. It's not funny. Now the problem continues. Because the last time you told her, you were cussing her the hell out. She don't receive nothing you said. Now what you gonna do? Most of y'all be like, I'm gonna break up with her, find me a new chick. Let me tell you, all of them annoying. Every last, you said 3.9 bill, babe?
It's all of us the same, bro.
All annoying. Different ways of being annoying.
Us, your nerves.
They're gonna get on your nerves, cuz. So don't think you gonna, and I had to learn that too. I used to think like I was really gonna find a chick that was fine, had all her shit together, and one gonna get on my nerves time. Boy, was I wrong. Cause they gonna get on your nerves. So it's gonna be spats. You are totally different people. I'm pretty sure you get on her nerves too, bro. I know I get on my wife's nerves. I like to tickle her every night. I don't care how tired you is. You finna get this tickle at least 10 minutes. That's a long time when you tickle shit. I'm pretty. What are dogs barking at?
She watches people walking in the house.
No. No. But it's important. Babe, what's the next one? It's the last topic, y'all. Y'all stuck through me. Understanding your partner's triggers. That is very important to understand your partner's triggers. Because you'll never know what if you don't, one, especially if y'all ain't go to premarital counseling, like I said earlier, you won't know what the hell this heifer done went through in her lifetime. You don't know ripping her panties off. Not saying it happened to me, but it's an example. You don't know, like, ripping her panties off. I used to like doing shit like that. But you'll never know. Ripping her panties off could be a traumatizing experience because she's probably been, unfortunately, sexually assaulted or some shit, and you just reminded her that shit. And you be like, well, she didn't tell me, well, motherfucker, you probably not the most comfortable nigga to talk to. You feel me? You gotta understand what your partner triggers are. My wife do not like to be screamed at by a man in close quarters. So if I gotta raise my voice, I'm raising that bitch from a distance. Cause she gonna have to feel me. She gonna have to feel me. I'm not scared of screaming at my wife, but I raise my voice. I am a man. My voice could get loud. I'm not screaming at her, but I also understand with me raising my voice, I don't need to be in her face as I'm doing it, making her feel little. She's already little. In stature, I don't need to make her feel little mentally. I'm 6'1", 205. She's 5'4". What I gain being this close to her, screaming at her? Because I could guarantee you, she tough. She's just going to stand there and tune you out. She probably in a beach in Jamaica in her head. She ain't retain the shit you said. So I had to learn. I also learned that silence is some of the most powerful shit when you with somebody that give a fuck about you. Because I'm going to say what I have to say, and I'm going to be quiet. And let you ponder on it. You have to understand your ladies, your partners. I'm going to just say partner, because men, we have traumas too. I do not like, I'm going to put all in some shit. For a long time in my life, people used to equate my humor with stupidity, and that shit used to bother me so much. Because it takes so much intellect to be funny, to make people laugh. I've been a comedian about 14 years. I've been a comedian for 14 years. And a lot of people used to equate that still to this day. I be like, niggas be like, you know, they're retarded. I'm not retarded. I am highly educated. I am more educated than the average American. I ain't gonna go in on them. This the first episode, babe. She be trying to turn me up. Chill out. I'll probably get them episode 2. But with that being said, I had to understand. She understood. My wife understood that eventually, because it took a minute. But she understood that the way you can't be talking to me like I just don't know shit and you just know it all. Because I am not dumb. I am very coherent in things and I understand a lot of shit. I'm just as smart as you. And the way she used to talk, my wife, I call them the explaining hands. I hate the explaining hands and the explaining tone. And this is what she used to do. And sometimes still do it, but she catch herself. Babe, I think that you need to take out the trash sometimes and not necessarily. I'm like, why are you talking to me like I'm bored? Nigga, get it out. Like, you need me to take out the trash because you don't want the trash sitting here for X amount of time. That's just an example. But that used to be a problem too. You know. And I only said the trash because I'm looking at it and I gotta take that bitch out. But the way she used to communicate with me used to trigger me. And she used to wonder, like, that's not what I meant. Nigga, I don't think you're dumb. I don't think you're stupid. I don't think you're slow. But when I started explaining to her my traumas as a child to an early adult, or my early 20s, then it started to make sense to her, like, okay, if I want my husband to receive what I am saying genuinely, then I need to particularly communicate with him this way. And a lot of us get in our ways where we feel like we don't need to communicate. We speak in English. Well, you always gonna continue to have the same problem if you feel like you can't adjust the way you communicate with someone based off their traumas and their experiences. And a lot of times people, when they hear traumas, they instantly try to compare it to the same shit they went through. But your traumas ain't her traumas, and her traumas ain't your traumas. My wife had both of her goddamn parents. Every day, 365, 7 days a week. Not me. But that don't mean any traumas that she experienced in her early childhood to early adulthood to, doesn't mean that she didn't experience some shit that was traumatic. Just because to me, in my head, it ain't that traumatic, but it's her experience. Perception is reality. If you perceived it, it's real to you. So I don't focus on trying to compare her trauma to my trauma. I focus on trying to help her heal through that trauma. So when I am talking to you and I am telling you something, you're not taking it from a place of someone trying to hurt you. You take it from a place of someone trying to educate you and make you better so we could be better and we could be communicating better with each other without arguing all the time. And that's what we learned in premarital counseling. That's why I gave you a list of these things that are very important to me. I've been in the game a long time. I've been out the game for even longer, I feel like. I named this podcast Retired Pimpin' because these are for the men and women that's, you might be still in the game, but you want to get out the game. But you're scared. You're nervous. Because you know that love comes with a particular responsibility. A lot of times people be afraid to fall in love because love shows you what you may need to change within yourself. And a lot of people don't want to change. I am not the same man I was before I met Marissa. Totally different man. I'm sorry that some of you hoes didn't get the same version she got, but oh well. She told me I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure. They be like, damn, how she get here to marry? Hey, shit, bitch used to bake cookies.
I would like to give personal thanks to every bitch that came before me. The Lord said that you make my enemies my steps too. God bless you.
Goddamn. And that's how I feel. I don't give a fuck. Nigga can't tell me nothing about my wife. I don't give a damn. You didn't even have the same coochie I had. You thought you did, but nah, nigga, I got totally different coochie, bro. You wasn't getting This is high quality couche. Couche. You feel me? Again, my name is Joy DaMauro. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County. My beautiful wife is from San Diego, California. Be on the lookout for her podcast, The Missus. They'll be streaming somewhere when she figured the fuck out. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And those who tuned in and watch, I love you. Follow me on Instagram, Mr.DaMauro. And follow my wife. What your Instagram is? Marissa Rissa?
Yeah.
Marissa Rissa. That's Marrissa. Rissa. Wrong. What it is, baby? It is Marrissa. She can't spell, because that ain't how you spell her fucking name. Every Monday, 5 p.m. Mountain West time, we are right here on YouTube. Please go and like and subscribe. And if you end up watching this video later and it helped you out, I love you. Keep God in your life. Enjoy the rest of your Black History Month unless you're my wife. Yours ended a couple days ago. Holla at your boy.